Welcome back to the show. It is time for the second map, and obviously Astralis well, they do appear then to be in a lot of trouble.
They're screwed, James.
Yeah.
That's one way you're trying to just beat around the bush, James. But I don't allow any beating of any bushes, James. That didn't come out right. But we shall continue.
Where's my bell, Dan? What have you done with my bell?
Your bell was destroyed.
It's right there.
It's currently out of service. It's definitely out of service.
He's so tilted that I ruined his little moment that he's taken.
It wasn't really my moment. It's just I think you're just ruining the game, James. It's ruining everything.
The entire game.
The entire game. You ruined the entire game. But Cobblestone. I mean, Astralis don't play. This will be the first time they've played it competitively in like last year at least. Well, I say competitively in an official game.
Do we know when San Jose was?
Oh God, I can't really remember. But it would have been a bloody long time ago. At least a year. At least.
It was ages ago.
Surely at least a year. Either way, they do not play Cobblestone. NiP tend to enjoy the odd Cobblestone. They have also showed a lot of stuff at the major on Cobblestone. Perhaps they didn't want to, but they did anyway because Threat was standing in. But they showed a lot of new stuff. They've shown that they are one of the strongest Cobblestone teams, actually. They have had lots of good results here. Threat was always telling me how it was one of their best maps. And now they have a really good opportunity to close the series out, and it's all down to this pistol, James. Astralis need this good start on the B side.
Well, they know their way to the A site at least, and they are looking to get the pistol. That is a good start. They are forcing their way into the choke point as well. Carrigan's going to show space there, and that might be a bit scary for NiP to deal with. So this is the start Astralis need. They still need to close the pistol round though. Get right, holding an angle, just waiting for someone to serve themselves up, but Astralis are being disciplined. There goes Carrigan. Cajun's been betrayed though, and now it is Pitt alone, but he's going to get 2 headshots here. Cajun's only got 5 HP. He can still do this to a team down. It can be another clutch for him. Sees one of the plays is, but where is the other one? They're both in the same angle. Time to reload, but
no bullets, mate.
Is there a kit on the floor? He's got 3 bullets. He's got 1 bullet, Dan, and 2 people to find, and now he's got no bullets. Does he even realise? I don't think he knew, Dan. He got a knife out, but it was all too late. A valiant effort, but he blew his load too fast, Dan.
He certainly did. Happens to the best of us, James.
I suppose it does.
It's just going to start to sound like a Henry G in Sudica's class soon. We've got to be very careful.
It doesn't have to be that way, Dan.
It certainly doesn't, and it will not. So it is time for the. How many deeks do we have? We have
Deeks.
1 deek. So it's time for the deek. D-deek. Singular.
Time for the 1 deek, then.
Not plural.
It's time for the 1 deek.
We shall see if it is going to be happening. Astralis left to play their anti-eco, and again, you can notice that NiP on force buying. This is actually a pretty good map for most teams on a force buy. But all is quiet on the western front and the eastern front, and just generally all of the fronts.
There isn't actually a compass on the map, so how do we know which way north is?
That's a very good point. I would love to know that. Even though it's completely pointless, I would like to know that.
Well, then we know which front is the western one.
That's very true. This nade timing. There's so many nades, James. There's 4 nades. Oh, the nades coming in. Oh, they do very good.
But where's the last one? Or is this one? Or he is... Oh, never mind that. Freiburg with 2 headshots there. Gonna slow down the Astralis push. There's the last one. Extra bit of damage. I love the quad HEs, Dan.
Yeah, me too. You can see that they're very dangerous. I mean, there was good opportunity for those to do a lot more damage. I think they got fairly unlucky, actually. You can see also that they were waiting to... They weren't doing it on the timing. They were just waiting for the info. Then they were going with the throw. But the throws were not great enough this time around. And Astralis will survive, despite losing 2 players to Freiburg.
So this SMGs will come out onto 2 players, onto the bodies of Carrigan and Device. I wonder if Astralis even practiced this map. Because obviously, for example, Navi will have catch. So we'll see as it goes on. Once the buys come out for both sides, we will see how basic the T-strats are for Astralis. Get Right's coming in. Well, never mind. Everyone's coming in for a flank, which I don't expect to be very successful. They have Pitt onto a 5-7. The rest of them haven't got much going on. I'd be surprised if they don't have any pop flashes for this area. And it seems they've been spotted there, so they're going to cut their losses and move back towards the more traditional approach through connector.
Yeah, and they don't even have to die. That's extra bonus money for the Astralis side if they get, especially if they kill them with the SMGs. So again, in NiP's very economically centric ethos, we might just see them just hanging out, trying not to die, and not even playing too hard for exits here, as you can see. The exits that they are playing for are quite deep. I mean, the T side would often be fairly comfortable and not necessarily going further than this point, but as it's Carrigan and as he has a Mac 10, he's feeling a little bit expendable, and he gets traded. So a kill and a Mac 10. Ooh, the spray through the door there from D3, and they go for the challenges here. They want to commit, and they actually get a couple kills, and they get a Mac 10. Oh, Get-Right's going in as well, but he gets sprayed through the door. That's unfortunate for Get-Right. But obviously the Mac 10 would not really have been all that useful in this round. I'm pretty sure he would not have wanted to use that for anything.
Well, it's buy time. Well, it's buy time for NiP. 3 M4s coming out, M4 A4s coming out. The fourth will be the silenced Forest, the quiet killer. Or will he be the victim? We will find out. Astralis, are they going to go for a fast play? Again, this is the first buy round, so really curious to see what Astralis have in the bag, if there's any practice there. Well, shock and awe there, Dupree getting a frag straight on to Get-Right, and it is a fast play coming in. War of attrition here for Astralis. How long will this go on for? They continue to trade. They have a man disadvantage, but it's a good sign from a team we expect to be dominated on this map.
Yeah, and you can see that Astralis do have some fundamentals here, some basic capabilities, due to the fact that they would realize that, I'm sure that there are going to be situations where they have to play a cobblestone. And although that's not really arisen. Here you go. Quick flank here from Forest. And Carrigan is now the last man standing for the Danes. And it's really tough here, but this boulder is very nice to work with. You can't really shoot through it, and so it can be very frustrating to try to duel against a T that's implanted there. But ECS finds an angle, and the round will be won. The round will be won.
The round will be wound up.
And NiP can keep the open Forest. Their economy can start to grow. But Astralis are going to have some more buys going in here. More buys for them. P90 thrown to Zipex perhaps, or Device will keep it.
Well, Get-Right moving to the Mag 7 now. I do wonder if for example, with 16k, if the Mag 7 would ever be bought as a weapon, just sort of around the crack of the wall.
I don't think so, no.
As it continues to develop. Well, Get-Right going to be off to a good start again. Astralis just going for fast plays here, and they are getting wrecked by the Mag 7. Get-Right trying to upgrade. Can't do it. Trade comes in though. So a fast round from Astralis, but nothing is going on. And there it is.
Explosive finish.
Where's the bell, Dan? That is a bell opportunity. Thank you very much. So Astralis down to Nico. I mean, the way those T rounds have gone, I'm wondering if NiP are going to lose another round then.
Well, I don't know, James. I don't really know what to expect from Astralis. NiP, they're not going to be too known for super amazing CT sides on this map. It's about their T sides really. But they were able to defeat Fnatic beat them here, didn't they? Did they win here? I don't recall actually, but it's a really close matchup when we saw recently NiP play Fnatic here. I remember some things from that, but not everything. Oh, nice flash in there to Get-Right, but he's going to find some players who are not flashed, but he will promptly eliminate them. So some good money there from the Mag 7 of Get-Rights, and we will have a 3-3 scoreline as NiP now must play against the buy round once again. But what do Astralis have to throw at them? Are they just going to go B every time, or what are these rounds going to look like?
Get-Right is printing cash, Dan, not even counterfeit. Not many nades here for the Astralis side. But do these nades have any purpose? That is the main question. Obviously, with flashes, you can just throw them over the wall towards the B bomb site. But it seems they will take an approach of a default, which is fairly common, even if you don't play the map. You see it quite a lot. 2 players or even 3 players outside of the mid area or the underpass, whatever you prefer. He's going to take the snap onto cage and B. So it makes me wonder if Astralis know how to take platform at the beginning of a round, for example. Forest has gone down, but there are 2 Astralis players there. The bomb is being collected, and they all need to join forces, as the trade game is not going to work for Astralis in this situation.
Yeah, it definitely won't. And now they're left with a 2 versus 4, and NiP can play defensively. They don't need the information because well, they have the numbers advantage, so they should be able to have a variety of ways to win this round without having to risk themselves in offensive positions, or rather getting caught out of position either. Those are the 2 ways you can die, and there's no reason to give those up at this point. You see Freiburg just waiting on the sites, and he will be calling that information. He's got 2 teammates that are very close to help him out if he gets into any trouble. However, it doesn't look like he's going to get into any trouble because Exist is there, and Exist will get both kills in a quick flurry of bullets, but actually he gets burned alive, James. He actually dies to the Molotov.
Oh dear. Summit style. He did a Summit Dan.
Well, not quite, but...
Oh, he didn't die to his own Molotov and
yeah.
At map points and lose the map. So
yeah,
suppose
not.
Yeah.
That's probably the most ridiculous thing I've actually seen.
Potentially, yeah.
Like the most embarrassing moment I've ever seen for
Yeah.
sure in esports. I think that must be it.
In esports, wow.
Maybe in esports. Well,
I know you watch more than I do, but yeah, I can't think of anything.
It's just insane.
The only thing I can think of close to that is when Idra was playing StarCraft and somebody... What is that thing you do with Protoss when you fake units? They had loads of fake units and he just rage quit the game.
Yeah. I remember that actually.
I think
that was against Huck. That was against Huck, and that was at an MLG, I think, or an IPL.
Wheats was casting it with someone.
Yeah, it was. It's not. I don't know if you're an IPL. That was, I remember that. Yeah, he hallucinated.
Actually, that wasn't embarrassing. That was just amusing, but
yeah.
But because this is, he just likes to rage quit. But this is, yeah, that was quite something.
That was beautiful, yeah.
Well, Device is... this is actually doable for Device, because Forest and Exist are 1 dig to the chest away from going down. So if he can just avoid being traded, which maybe he can because he has so much time on the clock here, and there are so many places to cover, that NiP may have to try and keep their backs to the wall, which means that they might have those 1v1s available to Device. You can see Exist and Forest looking over towards A long here, and Pit has spotted him now, so you know where he is. And damage will be finished off. The hole will be plugged. The seal will be re-sealed. Unbroken. It will remain unbroken.
Anything
The
else?
line will not be crossed. The little silver bit won't be pierced with the straw. The fire will not be ignited. The horse will not be set free then.
All right then. Well, Astralis back to basics here with the AK buy going for a running play into the B-bomb site, and this is definitely going to be pretty hard if they can't coordinate properly with drop, or if they simply just can't get the kills they need. Carrigan is almost dead, just due to nades as well. So here is the jump there. Carrigan will get himself into the site, dropped by Pit almost immediately. As now the NiP rotation tries to make its way to the bomb site presently. We'll see Astralis actually cleaning up a couple kills there. Device and Zipex able to win the situations that they need to win to get the bomb into a plantable position, but it's wanted to go down, but Device has some assailants close by. The last 2 players here looking to try to cause some havoc. Freiburg, last man standing now as he's up against 3. And it does not look good for him, to be honest. I don't know that he can do this one. In a lot of trouble. There's 1 kill, but that's all he's going to get before being traded. And that will be the 5-4. Astralis climbing back. So,
yeah, it seems they know some nades. He got a bit of a wall of smoke in the site there.
Yeah, but they basically just ran in, and with some wall of smoke. So that's not a reliable way to win rounds.
They could have learned that in the breakdown.
Absolutely. I'm sure that they have a serviceable cobblestone. I'm just sure that they don't practice it very often at all, if almost ever.
I find that you have so many nades that you have to just dry run them. Although in fairness, most of the time, like on a team, they'll have their nade that they throw, and there's one guy who knows all the nades, so maybe he'll have to practice. So we will see if Astralis can keep this up. It seems they want to be going over towards the A site. Obviously, the A site's always going to have the weaker defense on it. So we'll see if they can do that. Ooh, Forrest coming in. He's got information for his team, but at what cost? Down goes Carrigan to Freiburg. Big rotation coming in from CT. He's got pop flashes flying in. Driver going for a two-man spray. I mean, someone earlier. Not going to happen this time. Dupree will be the man to take two.
There you go. Device has some knowledge, as you can see. That's you have to know that. You have to you have to play the map to understand shots like that. So you can definitely see some quite some experience here from Astralis, which of course is in question. But the thing is that basically the point of this one really comes down to if NiP are allowed to get towards between I would say 6 to 10 or 6 to 9 rounds, NiP probably should just win this because it is quite T-sided and their T-side is very strong. And we shouldn't expect Astralis to have too much ability to counter it. That said, I would be more impressed with Astralis having a good T-side than a good CT side. I think it's easier for Astralis to have a good CT side because there you're playing more reactively.
Yeah.
You don't have to have as much knowledge. And then that's what you really need to play a good T-side is very good knowledge, good drills, good calling, good coordination, knowledge of all the little spots with nades and so on, as you said, all little timings, which only comes from playing a lot.
Well, I mean, Astralis are actually in a really good spot here. They've got 5 rounds on the board as well. They're tied up with their opponents, and they've put NiP on the eco. So, I mean, there is a chance that they could take each other's maps here. Let's not count Astralis out. I mean, we're poking a bit of fun at them because they haven't played this since IEM San Jose. So, on paper, they should have no chance of winning this. But 5 rounds on the board already, and keeping neck and neck with their teammates. Ideally, they'll need to take a lead going forward, for the reasons Dan mentioned earlier. But, I mean, 5 rounds is
serviceable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they did win the pistol, so that has slightly inflated it, I suppose, in some senses. But still, they have a good amount of rounds, and that's all that really matters right now. Just has always nice shot there from Pit. That's 1 for 1. And now the rest of NiP are getting in there. Oh, wow. Freiburg with the 5-7 claiming a life as well. So just going trade for trade for trade. All of a sudden, they're 2 versus 2. Get right, though, down to 2 HP. That nade did mad amounts of damage. And the smokes begin to dissipate. Now entirely gone, as Astralis need to make their way onto the bomb plant. And NiP probably won't show themselves until they hear the beeps of those numbers being punched into the keypad of the bomb. And there's the first spot. Dupree takes down Get Right. And I like how Astralis play together there. You don't just have one guy planting and one guy, off by himself. But Forest goes in the angle that they just checked. Tries to get a fast headshot with the PT-50. The first few bullets aren't connected. You can see very calm aiming here from Forest. Look how calm and considered his shots are. Won't do the damage this time though. But had he picked up a fast headshot, that becomes a winnable round for Forest. However, it was not to be, and Astralis go 6-5. So Astralis have done a good job so far. They just need to continue against these buys of NiP, who haven't had the best time when it comes to money.
Yeah, and NiP, they adjusted immediately to that repeated strategy from Astralis, and you do wonder if these shots go beyond that wall of smoke, because if they don't and they continue to execute that, it may get worse and worse for them as NiP continue to soak up the information and then adjust it. We've got 3 over towards B at the beginning of the round for the NiP side. Astralis in the lead now. This is a bit unexpected, so this is turning into a really interesting map.
There's one point actually. Actually, I don't think I have time to make it. We'll have to see what happens here. It looks like the boost is going to be good here for Exist to take down Device. But Astralis no fun is going out the map pool. They need to shore up their map pool. So as D2 or Dust 2 is becoming more played again for NiP, perhaps Astralis have picked up Cobblestone in the same way that NiP have picked up Dust 2 again.
Minutes on the clock. Astralis with the forces still concentrating over towards the B site. Looks like they could go for a bit of a drop play, and indeed they will do exactly that. Bomb being left for the time being. So what can Astralis do with this drop control? Not take down Get Right, who's going to be on the AWP. That'll be a bit of a surprise. Bomb is rotating over towards A now, but there's no real map control here for Astralis, so they will have to go for the gamble and hope it works out. HB getting legged, finished off with a pistol. The split is off.
Yeah, Dupree is in with the entry potentially. There it is, but gets traded, and that's that. NiP wins straight away. And you can see that it's been difficult for NiP to get their money going actually, and that's played a massive. Well, that's been a massive boon to Astralis and their ability to win rounds as they've been up against, some inferior buys here and there, and even just the pistols. But one more buy is in the cards here for Astralis, leading into the end of the first half, as they are up against a full set of guns here for NiP as well. And Now going to be very interesting to see if Astralis keep trying to go for the pressure. Will Device keep trying to pick towards the B bomb site? It looks like he's going to take his efforts towards A. And as on most of his teammates, they've left Ziptex to cause harassment here. Soak up some attention, demand some attention, maybe pick up a kill. It's a very hard role to do correctly, but he's actually going to start falling back from it as the push from Astralis comes into the A side of the map.
The entire team here as well. And you have to wonder if NiP is starting to ask questions. Normally, Astralis have had harassment over 4 minutes, nobody there. But will the rotation come in fast enough? Will it even be needed? Forest with a 2-man spray down. Ryback taking the first. 2 players left here. That is a nice no scope from Device. But they know where he is now, and there are 3 players, and they... Well, I do wonder if they've seen the bomb. I would have seen the bomb, actually, because of that push from the CT. So, Device with it all to do. He's got time to do it. But again, it's a question of being able to get a frag without being traded. You can look at this play, the crossfire that these 2 CTs have had.
Yeah, he scoped up and they heard it, and then the instant rotation from Pit. The scoping up is giving the game away, James.
Yeah, that's all you know. Okay, starts with lasers down, and the lasers will prevail. Device goes down. NiP with another round on the board. 7 rounds so far on their CT side. Let's see if they can get to 9. Meanwhile, Astralis have decisions to make. Don't have enough money for the buy, and it will be an eco from them. We could see a bit of a slaughter here. I would expect a fast round if they had flashbangs, but since they have literally no nades whatsoever, it might be a bit slower. Device going over towards A. Keeping them honest, the CT side. Forest though is going quite aggressive actually. He's already gone for a peek towards A. I'm not sure if he hears Device, but Device is now moving back towards B. But again, no grenade for Astralis.
Ooh, this nade. Oh no, they've gone too far, I think. Oh, is it going to be good?
Oh,
the damage is absolutely phenomenal there from Exist's HE. And what are you going to do? Exist is going to clean house. Boom, 4 frags. Oh, that was 150 damage, James.
That was
1 HE.
It was glory, Dan. It was glory. I think that nade onto Get Right earlier was 98 damage.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not very nice to Get Right. I feel bad for Get Right.
I'm fairly certain you can kill someone just with a HE without it colliding them. Because I did 101 and 2 with a grenade. That's aside. I think you can just straight kill someone with a grenade. Anyway, we are into the last round of the first half. Astralis back on the buy, but what do they have to offer us? So Forest using the smoke for a cheeky frag. That is mad cheeky, Dan. He's thrown it deeper. That is... I haven't seen that before. That's really cool. Silence M4 as well, of course. Great start for the Swedish team. So Astralis now, it's going to cause 2 more players to be lurking outside A to see what's going on. Forest has moved down to the underpass, leaving Cage and B over towards the drop. Will be the Astralis side, as they seem to be focusing towards A now. Not really committing to anything just yet. Everything has slowed down. Oh, is this... well, they haven't played it since San Jose, Dan. Doesn't mean they don't practice it, but there's definitely an NiP nade.
Yeah, so as I said, they're probably trying to shore up their map pool, knowing that Inferno, a map that's very good for them, is going away. And well, here is not looking too good. You can see the experience of NiP definitely coming into play. A couple of frags going their way now, as 40 seconds are left on the clock, and the bomb is down in a precarious position as Forrest goes in, taking matters into his own hands, taking them by force. The AK push, and now it's KGB on the flank. They don't know that he's there. In fact, he could get a free one here. Did he even see the player behind him? Okay, oh, Get Right moved in just as he went past. That is hilarious. That is ridiculous. That is amazing.
Such
okay.
is life, Dan.
C'est la vie. 9-6. And that's a great scoreline, I think, for NiP. I feel like NiP will run away with this at this point. Unless Astralis, unless their practice has really been worth, you know...
They are an unknown for us now.
They are to an extent, yeah. But it does definitely appear like there's stuff that they know, but you can see the experience, but you can see that they have been practicing stuff. And it is probably just to just make their map pool deeper. I mean, they're one of the teams with one of the deepest map pools in the business. But I guess they feel like right now they want to be able to play Cobblestone. And there's no time like the present, James. As we are presently on Cobblestone. So
obviously, all these teams practice against each other non-stop behind closed doors. So for all we know, Astralis might have scrimmed NiP or had a PCW then.
Yeah. Well, scrimming is like the American term. For
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Us Europeans use PCW still.
PCW, practice clan war. Let's go. War is a bit epic, but yeah.
Clan war.
PCW.
It's weird because I don't think about what it actually means. To me, it's just like just two competitive teams playing each other. But it's, yeah, that's just because I've been doing that, well, calling it that since I was 12 years old, James. And I'm 28 very soon. So it's been a long time for me that I've been in this community. So, oh, bloody hell, James. That's a long time. Bloody hell.
I miss IRC. I miss G-lining people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you got the Pistol coming in, Get Rice raid boss, and Pitt's taking the hit again. Pitt obviously has dropped the Tech 9 and he's bought a smoke. And he's carrying the bomb as well, which is really cool. They put Pitt in the hard support roles, which is really nice because in the spots where he has to adapt, he can. And there you go, the one tap from Dupree. Can he get more here? Oh, 3 kills from Dupree and make that 4. Lining them up like ducks and knocking them all down. Just exists now. And Dupree, he's still hungry for this ace. Give it to Dupree, device. Give it to Dupree. Oh, give it to Dupree. No, Dupree. That was the moment. That was your time. James, he's trying to play this correctly, but really what he should be doing is running in for the ace.
Yeah,
that's really what he should be doing.
He should
right
be
now.
charging Dan like a bull.
Oh.
I respect that. That's the best. That's the best. I do get mildly upset then when someone says, "Oh, please let me ace."
Yeah, let me give me the ace.
And I never do. No.
How about I win the round?
If I see someone I'm supposed to shoot, he is going to die.
Yeah.
Unless I mess up.
Yeah, some people get really angry about that.
Some people.
They I guess they really want those.
Some people are bitches then.
Those YouTube highlights. I don't know.
Some people should shut up. Well, NiP, I believe they've lost both pistols. Yes, they have. So
yes,
yeah, that's very important, crucial for the survival of Astralis.
Only if they win this though. Only if they can claim this down. So far though. So far, all is well. The ship is sailing smoothly. The winds are moving quickly, but not alarmingly fast, James. It seems to calm.
Wait a minute.
But wait a second. What is this brewing in the distance? I see a storm, James. The storms are coming.
It's a cyclone, Dad.
It's a cyclone.
Cyclone, everyone's getting swept up.
And there appears to be bombs dropping from the cyclone. This is bad.
There is a kit, but they're running on the kind of the business end of that timer now. Oh, the Eagle comes out. And this is not what Astralis needed. It's too late to apologize, Dan, as the song goes. It's too late.
Come on, Pitts. Get that deep shot. Get him spinning around there. That's hilarious.
That was some Michael Jackson business. I don't even know what that's called.
That's hilarious.
Spinneroonie or something.
Spinneroonie.
That was pretty cool.
That's what
He just went full Michael Jackson, Dan. It's like, right, I've got no bullets left. Time to get my Michael Jackson on.
Okay, so it's
that was brilliant.
They managed to win the force fight. So that's now Astralis are in a terrible position. They're in a worse position than if they had just won, and then had they just lost the pistol round. Because now their economy is just in dire straits. They have to force buy straight back. You can see actually NiP in this situation on the CT side, they invested very, very, very little. And that's actually one of the reasons why they're able to win that last map, actually. And Astralis, they should be force buying here because they need to make up with individual skill in this kind of a round. With the potential to reset NiP and have the prospect of easier rounds, as opposed to allowing NiP's economy to build and then have strong rounds themselves. And that's the philosophy of NiP instead, is that we care much more about playing strong buy rounds. We don't care if you have a full buy. We don't care about pressuring your economy as much as we do about delivering a good economy for ourselves. And NiP look like they're about to go for a B hit. Will Astralis be able to make those deeks work the magic?
4 CTs over towards the, well, they were, but Karrigan and Zipex towards Connector seem to be moving back and forth, although their rotation is by no means great. Speaking of rotation, Device is in a position to aid the B plateau player, Cajun B, but the chances of him really helping may not be that huge. The Populace comes in, but Cajun B is going to be the blind one. He's going to go down. Oh, Forrest just flying in out of nowhere. Full Shinobi Snesmo taking down Karrigan. And this is going pretty well. Device manages to E the gun. Can always be tricky pressing E, Dan. Much trickier than it should be.
It's hard to judge the distance of, well, how long your arms are.
Sometimes you can just stand on top of a weapon, Dan, and E, and nothing happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Many a weapon has been lost to E.
Yeah. And of course, if he picks it up immediately there, he has time to shoot it. But there, it took so long, he couldn't shoot it. And then he was switching, so he couldn't shoot his pistol either. So this has no chance. So, a porta-pui save.
Porta-pui, Dan. It's porta-pui, don't get it wrong.
Is it not a porta-potty? Is it not exactly the same thing?
It's a porta-pui, very specifically.
Is that what it's actually called, or are you just saying that?
It's a porta-pui. I think if the star or minus, it will actually go to the porta-pui. If the shots have been loaded. But no, it is porta-pui. I spent too much time looking at the doors, Dan. I mean, I've been on Vertigo, on a CS Vertigo, you can stand on them.
Oh, they have them there as well, do they?
Yeah, yeah.
I only played Vertigo.
That's
in
the main feature of the porta-puis is their appearance in Vertigo, Dan. That is where they really come to life.
Okay.
That's where the party starts and finishes.
And I was about to say, I should end there as well, I suppose. But we have Astralis now with more or less a full eco, DP buying a pistol and Kevlar. I just cannot see Astralis winning this one. I just really cannot. I would love for them to prove me wrong. And if they do come close, it's going to be because they've hit a lot of critical shots. And there you go, there's one. Dupree just going in. Going hell for leather with that Eagle of his. Get right though, doing a little bit of magic his own way with the Mag-10. Spraying those bullets, making that money, making the paper, the greens. Green? The Benjamins?
The greens, the
greens,
spinach.
All the spinach.
All the spinach.
Like Popeye he is. Some call.
He's in it for
some
the
say
spinach,
Dupree is actually very similar to Popeye in many ways.
He's in it for the spinach. I was in it for the spinach from a child.
Oh, great. Spinach is one of my favourite vegetables type foods.
Well, Device has no Kevlar. Freiberg is going to get himself a little toy. That is nice. He will take his toy to the bomb sites. So Device is alone with the Mac-10. Not really much to be... I did wonder about that shot, if it was going to be glorious. But the glory will only be in the crimson on the wall, Dan.
Yep. Do you know what else is glorious, James?
What is glorious, Dan?
Broccoli.
Broccoli's alright.
It's glorious.
I wouldn't say it's spinach tier of glory.
Spinach is also very high up there. But broccoli is the king of the cruciferous, James.
I would say spinach is my top tier.
I'll put broccoli in this movie later when I get home. With some eggs, James. It will be great. Anyway, we have Dupree playing A long there. Oh wow, we have a really fast push from Get Right on B plateau. Ooh.
He's dead, Dan.
That is not how you do it, James.
He's definitely dead.
The idea usually isn't to die immediately, but he does go for that risk. Perhaps he was confident. He's feeling good, James. Perhaps he was off the back of some consumption of spinach. But no, not to be. Dupree, great off angle. The flash is perfect. Look at that flash, James. What is he going to do?
That is glorious, Dan. We can only speculate on the consumption of the spinach with these players, Dan, but we can respect a nice flashback.
I agree.
That we can do.
Yeah.
So 4 plays for each side. Still a minute on the clock for NiP to impose their will on this unassuming Astralis side, who have 3 players over towards A. Cajun B has been left to his own devices. Speaking of devices, Device will need to come in for his team here because Carrigan and Dupree are down. He's playing the close angles, and he will lose the close angles.
Yeah, that white piece forest is pretty brutal. And Protect's playing the APC position. Can he get something out of this? Wins the first battle. 10 seconds left. The trade is good from Pit, and the round will be won by NiP. This is looking very rapidly favourable for NiP. Already 13 rounds to 7. 3 more for them to assure victorious results instead of a defeat, James.
You know what's better than defeat, Dan?
What is that?
Victory.
Is it victory? I knew that one.
3 Deagles, 157, and a piece of 50. Zipex with a smoke and a flash. What does he have in mind for these weapons? Astralis have like a full bite. Oh! Ding dong, Dan. Ding dong. You're struggling to press the bell.
I can't do it.
You're in Yanko mode. You can't do it either. Well, it's a good start for NiP. Dupree is dead. Vice playing close to the underpass. And the lurkers for NiP will rotate elsewhere. Get Right's been taken down, actually, presumably towards the drop. I do wonder if a weapon has fallen. Doesn't seem so. It seems Apex is desperately jumping for it. But it is just a Mach 10.
So close.
It's for NiP,
But so far away.
For Astralis, it's a glorious Mach 10. For NiP, it's Tuesday.
What's wrong with Tuesday?
It's an M. Bison reference. Come on.
Oh, I didn't know that one. Okay, well, he caught me off guard there. Just as NiP are catching Astralis with their pants around their ankles. And they're stumbling around, James.
In the dark.
With their underwear on their head, in the dark. Pants around their ankles.
Unable to do their flies.
Can't do their flies. It's because it's around their ankles, James. And also their vision is obscured by the pants on their head.
Well, okay then. It's quite a picture you've painted there, Dan.
It is incredible, isn't it? That's how I picture it when people rush B in matchmaking. Pants on head. Let's go in there. Let's go.
I hate rushing. That's all I have to say about that. NiP surviving with 4 players, slowly creeping out of the site. Any of the players tagged might get wrecked, fully wrecked, all the way wrecked. Start to finish, absolutely wrecked. 2 rounds away now from a 2-0 at NiP. Really, that I mean, would you say that Overpass game was a big upset for NiP?
I would say it's a big upset, no. I mean, Astralis are very, very good there, but they are by no means unbeatable by the very top teams. And NiP right now are a top 3, top 4 caliber team. So, to be honest, I wouldn't say that that's upsetting. And also, Overpass is a map that does play to NiP's strengths that you see frequently on Cache and Mirage and Cobblestone. There are some similarities and some transferable skills. Cross-pollination, James, but we have NiP going for the B play once again. Fast this time.
Yeah, super fast. Will Freiburg commit to the drop? It doesn't seem that he will do so. They've only put 1 player, 2 players, 3 players into the site now, and Exist is going to get taken down by the Flames, no less. Freiburg will not be able to breach the drop, so Astralis not out of this yet. 5 versus 3 is a good hold. We'll see if they can take it over the line here. And 5 with numbers. So far, so good. 3 versus 2, though. Numbers starting to drop. Paragon come in there. Get right, gets taken down. Hit left alone. Device to finish him off. So Astralis will get around back. How much money, though, is on the NiP side? More than enough to go straight for another buy.
I mean, they can do the same round. The thing is that with those B plays, one of the reasons why plays like that actually favor a team, let's say, like Astralis, who are thinking, okay, we don't think we can get edges, playing the drawn-out picking game or that kind of stuff, because generally speaking, the more drawn out a round, the more decisions that are being made. The more decisions that are being made, the more edges a better team, or more experienced team will get. And so by playing a really fast round, you kind of eliminate that possibility and you leave it up to chaos if it's a site attack like that. So that's a good round for you to be able to take, even if you're a worse team. NiP though, they try to go for the picks, James, but with their default, but they get completely smashed here. 2 frags going the way of Astralis, quick pick from Device, and then Cajun B taking the 1 versus 1 against Get Right once again on B plateau. Get Right's not had much success there actually, and now it's a 3 versus 5. Really bad situation for NiP. They need to get some map control or just a bomb site. Just generally, just get the bomb site, James. Get on the bomb site right now. Get on the bomb site. Yeah,
they are carrying half the value of Astralis at present, and this would break their economy were they to lose this round. So there's a great chance for Astralis to catch up here. An angry Astralis side ruining their loss on Overpass 16-14. I should say 14. I think Device is going to manage to escape. So I have to wonder what the CTs can do here. Finally, Device will go down, but that's only 1 frag. Dan, there's still a man advantage. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. Forrest gets a spray down. How much more can he get? Dupree coming in from the back. Down Forrest goes. Finally, Bomb could be headed over towards B though.
Yeah, what amazing work there from Forrest. And here we go, Exist against the world. 1 frag, 2 more to make. Almost getting the transfer there, but not quite. I thought Forrest was just going to kill everyone, James. It's just like, when you just watch Forrest play, sometimes he just looks, the way that he plays, he just looks better than everyone else. He just looks so godlike sometimes. Forest is very good at Counter-Strike. So 14-9, NiP of course was still a lot of rounds to wear with 5. In fact, unless you're, in case you're unable to do remedial mathematics, I will provide, as it is in my CV, James, can do remedial mathematics.
How boring of you.
So,
Hot Flash comes in and this is going to run in blind and get taken down, but Freiburg will trade for him. It was an expensive round, the previous round, for the Astralis side, despite a great start. So NiP will eke out something from this round as well and keep up the pressure on the Astralis side. Moving away from A now, things will slow down again as we are 4 versus 4. Device looking to get aggressive here. Oh, he's fallen off. And now he may not have time to get back into position because of the smoke.
yeah, this is a really, really good play, and it's going to be really tough here for Astralis if Device doesn't connect shots. And there's the flash put off the angle. Should still connect something, but no! Pit gets a kill immediately. Headshot, and then now it's going to be the bomb planted by Forest. And they don't have to move anymore. It's now up to the CTs to move, but it is a 3 versus 3 here, so there is an opportunity. Carrigan coming in from the flank as they lose a player up front from Zipex going down to Pit. But there is a chance here. Pit against 2 players now. He's got to save his team. Pop flashing in. That's a beautiful play from Pit. So smart. And now he's got a one-on-one from a great position. This is the perfect play from Pit. And now the pressure comes on. The smoke on top of the bomb. And Pit's trying to work out what's going on here. And this is so smart by KGB, but he's burning a lot of time by doing this. He gets spotted by Pit, but he can't get the kill. He needed to get the kill there. And instead now all he can do is try to run and save. And Pit will gun him down. Oh, 1 HP. That is so gutting there for Astralis and KGB. Unbelievable way to get onto match point for NiP. Pit, he hasn't been in a position to do much because he's been playing hard support, but he shows you in some of these spots he is a very smart and capable player.
1 HP Jesus, and I do believe he is top fragging for his team as well. So he is putting in the work on the second map here. 6 rounds behind, and again, that buy from NiP and the damage they did in the previous round, which they still lost, has wrecked the economy here for Astralis. They've got 1 rifle on 5 players, 4 flashbangs, and not much else, Dan. They've got pots and pans. Not a great situation to be in. We've got a push coming over towards the B-bomb site. The bomb's been picked up, actually. The flank is coming in from these players, but they may not get there in time. In fact, it is Dupree alone, wondering what could have been, what is, what was, what's left and what's right, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. And here you go, Dupree. He should get a free one. Boom, there it is. And, oh, it's a Tech 9 player. Poor Dupree, can't even get a rifle from that. And there it is, NiP take it, 2-0. Now I have to say, James, I expected this to be cash. I expected to have a cash pick because I would have thought that their cobblestone ban would come in and that there would be NiP winning cash. Then we would get like a Dust 2 or an Inferno. And I felt like the Dust 2 was going to happen more likely than the Inferno because usually NiP are going to ban that. It's one of Astralis' best maps. So we instead get a situation where we get cobblestone. What the hell happens? How did this happen? And now it's a 2-0 for NiP. I think the vetoes just went horribly for Astralis. Yeah,
I mean, could Cobble really be? I mean, could Cash really be worse than Cobble? And all things considered,
surely not. Surely it can't be.
I mean, if you're going to try, it seems that with the veto of Cash and leaving Cobble in, they're expecting to win in 3 maps. But if they're going to do that, why don't they just pick Cash anyway?
I mean, there are some teams that are a little bit ignorant of their opponents.
I mean, veto Cobble, sorry.
Of their opponents' ability to play certain maps, or their opponents and how much they play certain maps. But of course, NiP have shown that they're one of the teams that are willing to put in all the work, like all of it, from every single front. They will put in the work. And you've got a threat there who's very active as well as a coach, and he's always going to be looking at the past team's results to prepare for them. And Cobblestone has been a map that they're super comfortable in playing, that they've been looking to be very strong on. And when it comes to Astralis, they probably are really surprised as well that this ended up this way. They're probably laughing because also Dust 2 is a really good finisher for them against Astralis.
In fairness, I mean, we could say, why don't they veto Cobble and play Cash? But if they think they're going to take it in 3 maps regardless, then it is a chance to see where they are on Cobble
that's
as well.
That's a good point, yeah.
So you can't really argue. It's not really terrible in that respect.
Yeah, I think that's actually a very good point, actually. And well, that's it though. We had 2 NiP matches, and we've actually seen some great Counter-Strike here today. So well, I'm hoping that we keep seeing more cobblestone from Astralis, get more developments
Of
from
course,
them,
yes.
and that they are able to make themselves a deeper map pool, especially with Nuke going into the mix in the near distant future, in the near future.
Distant future. Dan, if you just say it well, it doesn't matter what you say.
I could have just said in the future because
We will see you in the near distant future.
There you go.
Until then, see you then.